Hello YouTube, and this is Industrial Illusions Representative, back with another character deck profile. As we are continuing on, we are moving on to the GX series. So we are going to immediately go into the main character of the GX series, or arc, Jaden Yuki. So, as you know, the standard I usually do is try to make these decks as playable and as fun as possible to get off their wombo combos, as you say, to produce some good duels between, you know, this character versus another character within the same arc, or even different arcs, doesn't even matter. But, you know, get some fan favorite anime stuff that's in here. So here it is, Jaden Yuki's deck. We'll give that 2 seconds. To his ace monster, elemental hero Neos. Put that guy right there, dead center. And then his big 4 vanillas that he plays without the whole arc of GX. We got our elemental hero Burstanatrix, elemental hero Sparkman, elemental hero Avian, very pretty here, and elemental hero Clayman. Now, what I love about the elemental heroes and about the series in general is that they are so unique. Like, I don't know, like it was a really unique archetype, and it still is. Like, I feel like it's one of the most diverse and unique archetypes that was built back in the day, and it's really nice. So, moving on, we got our main, I guess you could say, quad, and then the master here. There's those for the normal monsters. We have some effect monsters. Elemental hero Neos Alias. Elemental hero Stratos. As also you guys know, these are void of the ban list, so we don't want to worry about anything that is you know, holding us back. We just want it to be a fun character deck duel. Doesn't matter. And in the way that I build it, I try to make it as balanced as possible. So it's like you don't want triple Stratos and stuff like that, because in the real anime they only ran really one of each card until like you actually see them specifically use multiple of certain cards. But so there are our Stratos, elemental hero Woodman. I think that's a pretty decent card. Elemental hero Blazeman. And I love updating these decks with a whole bunch of newer cards. And this is last year's, but still a pretty neat addition. Elemental Hero Shadow Mist. Pretty good card, especially, you know, work with those mask heroes and all that stuff. We'll get into that a little bit later with the extra deck, but Elemental Hero Bubbleman. Yeah, fancy looking ones right here. Elemental Hero Voltic. Elemental Hero Prisma. Elemental Hero Wildman, or Wild Heart, actually. Elemental Hero Necroshade. Elemental Hero Blade Edge. I can't even focus. And Wing Karibo. So those are for our elemental heroes. That is our elemental hero loadout. And then we'll just go into some other monsters he used. As a matter of fact, if you didn't remember, within the anime, he actually made some Neo-Spacian cards, or actually in the manga, or the other lore, like, it explained that he made some Neo-Spacian type alien stuff, including Neos himself. But we'll get, you know, that's just for a different day to explain. This Wing Karibo, you know, obviously given by Yugi himself, which is pretty strange, on how that works out, but Neo-Spacian Granmole, Card Trooper, Dandelion. Pretty funny seeing that in the anime. Now for the spell cards, so we're gonna just get these guys out of the way. There's our monsters. And then for the spell cards, we have our Fusion Recovery. This was also another big thing, was fusions were pretty much the biggest part of the arc. And as you can see in YuGiOh Arc 5, it is no different. They're pretty much, you know, basing the arcs and dimensions around what they were originally based around, which is really neat. Like, going back in the time, seeing all these new and old things, it's just really, really neat. Fusion Recovery, Hero, and we'll go and do this little spiel thing here. So move this over there. So we got our Hero over here, we got our O, R, E, and H. Whoops. Let's try to rearrange these. There we go. There's Hero. Unfortunately, I'm trying to find the other version of this. It doesn't really matter. But we will continue on. So there's our hero, our elemental hero thing. Future Fusion, also a really good card. Just trying to move really quick along. Hero's Bond, that's another good one. Skyscraper 2, Hero City. Pretty good, actually, especially for back in the day. This was a pretty decent card. Even now, you know, you get a free one special summon per turn with guys from your graveyard. Hero Lives, pretty decent card too. A lot of these neater older cards were reprinted, and I like that because they just give them structure, like Destiny Draw. So, oh, I apologize. This is a mistake. So, Parallel World Fusion. This is actually supposed to go in forgot his name. What's his bucket? His deck. Parallel World Fusion. Mask Change. Miracle Fusion. All these other cool little cards. Polymerization. Monster Reborn. And yeah, it's pretty much the big generic cards used in the series. Hero Metal. Another funny trap card. He didn't have a lot of decent trap cards, so I try to, you know, go here and there with them. But a Hero Emerges. Hero Signal. Elemental Recharge. A Hero Barrier. That was actually a pretty decent card, especially just to revolve around all these hero monsters. And Hero Blast. So that is that for the traps. And pretty much that is it for the main deck. Alongside the excuse me, the side deck, we do have these other cards that he did use within the series that aren't as they're a little bit more, you know, specific and less generic based. So it's a little bit difficult to pull things off. Like you need like percentage for this card or certain things or whatever. And then this is just you know, in the side just because you know, it boasts the Sparkman. You know, you can just take a brief look at all this, you know, stuff. Just all these other elemental heroes support. And I do have a whole bunch of other stuff. But this is pretty much the Jaden deck as is right now to perform his cool little things. And pretty much another good thing about this deck is the extra deck, which is practically endless. In anything, there isn't a single combination of cards or monsters that you would have in your hand that you could not polymerization with. You just have to find those extra deck monsters and, you know, get a healthy stack. As good or as not good or not strong as they are. So let's just go into one of his biggest ace monsters. On top of that was Elemental Hero Flare Wingman. Beautiful card right there. Then we'll just go to... he also did have the Masked Heroes. I don't understand why the order's a little bit mixed up, but we'll just go to you know, Masked Hero Goka, Masked Hero Koga, Masked Hero Divine Wind, Masked Hero Anki, let's get it there, Masked Hero Contrast Chaos, and Masked Hero Dark Law. There it is for the Masked Heroes. We saw Mask Change in there as well. So then just going into these other, like, smaller elemental heroes, Elemental Hero Storm Neos, and also these other ones are like pretty, you know, I wouldn't suggest running them anyways because they are a little bit difficult to pull off because the Neos and the Neospatian sort of archetype that got pushed into this deck is sort of slowed everything down, and it's really hard to work with. So I'd just suggest purely running just, you know, these heroes and whatever. It's all up to you. You know, this is just my version of the character deck. We have our Elemental Hero Marine Neos, our Elemental Hero Neospatian Marine Dolphin. Well, not Elemental Hero, I guess Neospatian Marine. Elemental Hero Mariner. Elemental Hero Great Tornado. I'm trying to see these through my camera. Elemental Hero Necroid Shaman. Elemental Hero Divine Neos. Elemental Hero Core, a new one that came out that, you know, wasn't actually used in the series, but it's, you know, still pretty decent, especially you know, running in the deck has a pretty decent effect. Elemental Hero Thunder Giant, and as you see, like, it gets like Sparkman and Clayman. You got your Blade Edge, so there's just Wild Heart and Blade Edge, like so many different things that you can get used with this deck, which is really cool. Gets different combinations back and forth, and it was pretty neat back in the day. Mudball Man, our Elemental Hero Wild Wingman, Elemental Hero Plasma Vice, Elemental Hero Tempest, Elemental Hero Rampart Blaster, I believe it is. Yeah. Elemental Hero Phoenix Enforcer. I know it goes on forever, right? Elemental Hero Steam Healer. Another neat anime fan favorite card right there. But as for it, yeah, I apologize for this. I don't know why I put that in there. But as for that, we have our hero deck. So this is Jaden Yuki's deck profile. I know he had a whole bunch of other different things, and actually we'll probably go into an evil Jaden Yuki deck profile. But as far as this goes, there's just a brief little synopsis on what is Jaden Yuki's deck and his heroes. There it is, guys. Thank you for watching. I'm going to try to, push out a lot more videos, a lot more content, and make it so, people can just have a fun, have a blast on my YouTube channel, because I've been getting a lot of, nice comments and other stuff like that I should continue to do stuff. I've just been really busy, and I want to apologize again just for not pushing a lot more videos out like I used to. There were sort of lots of consecutive videos I put out, and then I just stopped right there entirely. So I want to just try to make sure, there's a schedule on what I put out, but we don't need to go into that any further. So there it is, Jaden Yuki's character deck profile, and Industrial Illusions representative, and it's time to get your game on. See you guys.